The 12th of September 2013, Germantown Flensburg, Marina Sonnweg. The fastest boat of the Baltic Sea gathered here to take part in Nord Stream Race-2013, which will start on the 15th of September. The competitors from Russia, Germany, Great Britain, Turkey, Luxembourg, and also the European Union team are mostly titled sportsmen, the European Sailsport elite. Blagodarnost-2 is the only yacht with the Russian crew in ORC group. There is an obligatory equipment and safety checkup in such class of regattas. Alan Green, one of the most experienced international race officers, inspected our boat. A sharp dispute was about racing certificate figure. The 45-feet yacht Blagodarnost-2, bought only 4 months ago, has German race certificate with extremely high racing certificate figure. The reason is that the boat was not initially supposed to take part in ORC races. It was built in year 2000 in New Zealand by designer Elliot. The concept and driving force of the yacht is to reduce the drag associated with fast sailing. To achieve this, the very latest technology was used throughout construction. The result is a lightweight, strong structure. Many technical decisions in this project were experimental and not proved. As a result, the yacht had very high racing certificate figure. However, this extremely high figure brought the yacht to the level of the bigger-sized boats in the Nord Stream race that made the yacht Blagodarnost-2 participation worthless. After 2 days of dispute, measurement and calculation, the skipper Sergey Pavlenko and race committee finally reached a decision that suited both sides. The racing certificate figure can be reduced on the term of fixing the mast swivel. The crew found the technical ability to block the mast. Technical committee sealed it up and proved a new racing certificate. The 15th of September. A brief skipper's meeting, organizers' farewell speech, good luck wishes, passport control, and finally started 12 noon local time. A non-stop 800 nautical miles race across the Baltic Sea from Flensburg, Germany to St. Petersburg, Russia follows the route of the Nord Stream pipeline through the Baltic Sea. The Nord Stream race is open for Gazprom's 160 class and yachts under ORC handicap. It will be extremely hard race on autumnal stormy Baltic Sea. Long, cool nights, content against elements, cold and tension at the margin of human capacity. No jokes. There will be nothing like summer boat tour so popular among amateur yachtsmen. This is a reason of small amount of participants, only 10 boats, 121 yachtsmen including 10 women. The age of the youngest participant is 18, the oldest one is 67 years old. The fans will watch the yacht positions at online yellow brick tracker. Blagodarnost-2 is 45 feet long. United Crew Ocean Sails and Blagodarnost-2 with skipper Sergey Pavlenko is on board. This is the smallest yacht among the race fleet. 60 feet hookah yacht managed by skipper Jan Devilstein. The crew made 7 transatlantic crossings. Nordic Falcon, 55 feet yacht. The skipper Eckhard Gerlinger gathered the experienced crew from the wharf where this boat was built. Hasper Hamburg, 52 feet, sporty long-distance cruiser racer. George Christensen is a very skilled sailor and the skipper of this boat. And finally, our main rival, the Outsider. This 52 feet speed yacht was built by Elliot 52 Project. Its owner and helmsman Tilma Hansen is a perfect racer and the former owner of the Blagodarnost, who knows its capability very good. According to the weather forecast, it is supposed to be a strong southwest wind during the regatta. If this forecast is correct, our yacht can achieve good speed. However, if we consider the rivals' opportunity, the only way to win this race is to squeeze the highest speed out the yacht, carrying as many sails as the wind and the crew courage allow. The first part of the distance lays along Flensburg Fjord. The shoreline and course marks complicate the route. Tacking, the Blagodarnost was the last to pass the first buoy. It started raining. The wind rises to 35 knots. The rival yachts are sailing under jib, Blagodarnost-2 under spinnaker. This gives the boat a big speed advantage. It reaches a speed of 21 knots. It's an own record of the season. Our boat passes the third buoy being the second. The rain stops at 2 p.m. 3 sails of the rival are few miles behind. Having passed the fourth mark, Blagodarnost-2 follows the outsider and the rivals are hardly visible on the horizon. At night, the squally wind reaches 20 knots. Our yacht goes under the mainsail and stays sail at an acute angle. Passing the Vandermeer mark, we can see the lights of the Uka yacht astern. Having passed the Ruben Island, the crew takes spinnaker in because the yacht can't keep the ley line. Of course, the speed was greatly down and in the morning Blagodarnost-2 was reached by the bigger sized Uka. When the yachts are in vicinity, the rivalry becomes more sharp. The crews are fixing the sails, doing their best to reach the highest speed. The race committee gets a message from the Uka yacht. The Nord Stream race is a nice but windy competition. It's a close race with Blagodarnost-2. The Russians are just 6 boat lengths ahead. In spite of the strong wind beyond the Bornholm Island, the crew sets a big spinnaker. However, the yacht broaches and spinnaker has to be replaced by a smaller and flatter one. Remains behind and doesn't venture to set spinnaker. According to the message from the shore, the outsider is 30 miles ahead from the Blagodarnost-2. Taking into consideration the race figure, this means our yacht is leading and still increases the breakoff. During the day, the wind increases up to 30 knots. A boat speed sometimes exceeds 20 knots. However, we have the to-paper speed. There is a damage on the mast top. The crew has to pull down the spinnaker and keep on sailing under mainsail and chamber.
Скорость 0, курс 360, вокруг оси.
In the early morning of the 17th of September, the yacht Blagodarnost-2 gets into a calm zone like in a trap. 4 a.m. The boat is rolling on swell left after storm. The rigging roars, the sails flap helplessly, the yacht is at a standstill but racing time goes. No movement. Hours of expectation seem to be endless.
Практика нервы изматывает больше штиль.
At last, a gentle breeze blew from the north and it started raining. It was known later that the outsider, having the speed advantage and extended weather forecast, went a little to the east of the general course and kept off a calm zone. It broke 150 miles away during the night. According to the message from the outsider to the regatta committee, we had a few hundred liters of water at the bow in front of the collision bulkhead and some more water on the deck. The moisture is increasing, so nothing is getting dry again. Crew investigates the mast. It became clear what happened with the spinnaker halyard. It cut the carbon fiber mast up to the stay building. There is only one top spinnaker halyard left as a result. Some small damages are also found. we can eliminate a mainsail wooling tear not pulling the sail down. The crew repairs the mainsail. The navigator sends a message to the regatta committee. The crew is healthy. Unfortunately, we have a small damage on the mast top, so we are not able to use the big sprinkler. The rain is getting heavy during the day and the wind direction changes to east. At 4 p.m., the yacht under the staysail and mainsail reaches Estonian island Hiiumaa. The crew hopes for southwest wind that will allow to set spinnaker and to use all yacht potential. The wind hasn't changed direction until evening. Moreover, we are going in head seas with strong flaming that stops the boat. At 10:50 p.m., the Uka skipper reports to Alan Green that the yacht retires from the race. All crew members are fine, but the yacht is not. The Uka is experiencing an engine problem, so the deck mechanisms can be provided with electricity. The yacht moved to Swedish port Visby on Gotland Island. At midnight, September the 18th, the yacht passed Hiiumaa Island. There is a headwind now. The crew has to change January to the fourth staysail because of the wind gusting to 35 knots. The yacht is taken. However, on the head course, the fixed mast becomes a brake because of its 50 cm wide profile. There is not much hope for leading in the race under such circumstances. Hope springs eternal. The next breakdown can't break crew's persistence. A metal can't stand at this time. The jib tack shackle cracks. The crew finds capability to fix January tack by rope. At 2:48 p.m., the outsider passed the finishing line. Keeping the current speed, the Blagodarnost-2 yacht will need at least 1 day to finish. Our last chance will be the wind blowing south. September the 19th, morning. The night passed struggling for speed and tacking between numerous navigation dangers of Gulf of Finland. There are 29 miles left to finishing line. Suddenly, at 11 a.m., a fatal damage happens. The forestay breaks. A live string, a 9 mm in-section steel rod. Nothing holds the mast in front now. Only thanks to quick reaction of experienced helmsmen who tacked under lee, there is no bigger trouble, a mast fall. In spite of the crew's effort, it wasn't possible moving to finishing line under sails. Sailing downwind, our crew could keep on racing, as the mast is supported by backstays behind. However, in this situation, when the front pressure to the mast is huge, moving into the wind under sails is impossible. The navigator sends a message to the regatta committee about the accident. The Blagodarnost-2 yacht retires from the race and proceeds to Kronstadt under engine. 95 hours passed since start to break down. At the end of the fourth day, the crew is physically exhausted, wet and very frozen. It's so tired for emotions. The disappointment will come later, after a rest, having passed 800 miles and fall only 29 miles off the finishing line. Tests for the crew are not over yet. They have to carry the mast safe to St. Petersburg. There is only hope that the weather keeps up and the halyards for temporary mast fixation will withstand load. Fortunately, the Blagodarnost-2 moved at English embankment on the Neva River in 8 hours. The crew receives a message of commiseration about the breakdown from New Zealand's yacht designer. The Hasberg-Hamburg yacht crossed the finishing line second, and the day after, the Nordic Falcon yacht arrived. There was a gala dinner on the 22nd of September. Traditional Russian entertainments and food, gypsies, a bear, Russian vodka, Russian fish, and a special award to the Blagodarnost-2 crew were revealed to win. Although the yacht didn't finish, the organizers highly appreciated the fact that the crew struggled in spite of the breakages until the yacht was unable to carry sails and retired only when the sail was nothing to set on. This deserves the respect. It was unable to repair the stay in St. Petersburg, and on the 24th of September, the crew moved the yacht back home, having fixed the mast by halyards and built a temporary forestay from guys, with the hope that this construction will bear 600 miles transfer through the stormy autumn sea. The Nord Stream race is not the first offshore race for Blagodarnost-2 crew. However, 800 miles non-stop one is for the first time. This sailing gave the crew invaluable experience which can be obtained by going through everything that the sea offers to a sailor and having passed all the way to the end holding his ground. If this would be known beforehand, that desire for deliberate speed will cause several fatal breakages. Would the crew be more prudent and careful? An eternal question of technical sports. What to choose? Get to finishing line not first but safe, or take chance and probably become a leader? To each his own. It's sports.